Hello. Here is just a quick little snippet of the salesperson exam summary table. I just thought I would go through this with you because as you prepare for the exam, one bit of feedback, and I know that this is true for me, is we've not taken an exam for a while. So right there, that's adding maybe a little bit of anxiety. And for a lot of you, you don't even know a single real estate term, let alone we're talking about passing an exam. So I just want to put you hopefully at ease with a few things. That one, while I do want you to take this seriously as an exam, and while you do need to work for it, I wanted to break down the essentials. There are two exams you will take when you get to that center. The first one should be a state exam. When you complete that one, it will ask you, are you done? Are you sure you're done? Are you really sure you're done? And then it will let you move on to the national exam. When you complete that one, it will again say, are you done? Are you sure you're done? Are you really sure you're done? And you'll complete the exam and you'll know right there whether you passed or not. Now, some students pass both. You get two certificates that say passed, one for the state, one for the national. Some people go and they take one exam and they pass it and they move on to the next one and they don't pass the second one, for example. So pass one and not the other. That's okay too. You can go back a second time and take the exam that you failed. They will charge you full price though, unfortunately, at the exam center. But you can go back and just take the one that we're needing to accomplish. Then some of you will maybe fail the first time, and that's okay too. Go back and take it again. Please don't give up, because number one, some of you just need to show up for the exam and just get it over with. And that will help you learn a lot about the process, the style of how questions are asked, maybe what you need to study. So even if you fail, remember, you're going to learn a lot from it. Don't take that as a complete defeat negative, because I think you'll still accomplish a lot from it. Now, I mentioned in a previous slide, I believe, there are 3 test centers in the state of Iowa. There's a test center in the Cedar Rapids area, Council Bluffs, and in the Des Moines area in West Des Moines. Most of you will probably choose to go to a test center. That's traditionally been what's been popular. However, fall of 2021, the Iowa Real Estate Commission did approve the PSI testing provider. That's who they choose to align with for these real estate exams. They allowed PSI exams to now proctor tests at home, which means you could take this exam from your house or wherever you want to be. There are rules to it though, just like rules that I talked about stepping into the test center. There are rules around it, such as your environment, your probably computer software or hardware. Your computer is capable of basically freezing out any other content so that you can't go Google answers, is what they're looking for. And then obviously they're going to want to sweep your room a little bit to make sure that you don't have someone else there feeding you answers, or an Apple Watch maybe giving you content, etc. So that is an option for you. That's a great one. I know I just gave you a list of rules. Don't let that scare you, because some of you that will work really well. And for those of you that maybe don't live near a test center here in Iowa, save the drive, use it for study time, and maybe an online option will be great for you. What I really want to hit with this slide, because I know it's short and sweet, there is an outline coming up in the next 2 sections for the state and for the national. The state one is pretty generic. The national one is very detailed. If it's on that list, study it. I love study groups out there that maybe are a national brand that you've come along and found. Those are great, but I've also found that they sometimes teach too much for terms. You've already got to learn a lot of content. I'm not going to lie. So I want you to stay focused. So the next 2 outlines that you see on the next couple of slides, if it's on there, learn it. If it's not, skip it. And the other thing I'm going to give you permission is, if you're struggling with something, see whether it's important to even study for the exam. I've got a couple of examples that I'll give you. On the national exam, there's questions about leases and property management. I get questions all the time, like, why were there so many questions? I thought I was only going to have 2. Well, you did only have 2. It's that leases and contracts are also types of agency agreements and types of actual contracts. And those are 2 big sections with agency and contracts that you need to learn. Another section I get is math. Oh, I'm terrible at math. I'm not going to handle math. I was terrible at math in high school. Anyone sound familiar that this might be running in your head? Number 1, it's only 8 test questions. And I know I'm saying only, but you still have 72 other opportunities on the national exam to pass. The second thing I'll say about this, with math and everything else, don't limit your belief of what you can learn. You may think you don't like math, but it is, and I don't mean this to be commission breath to you, commission breath, but math is how we calculate our commission checks. And I think that you'll find that that's pretty exciting too. So please have a good idea to math. Okay, third attempt to get back onto this slide. Long story long. On the state portion of the exam, it will be based off of 40 questions. You need a passing score of 28. Now, for this course, in order to get through it, you need a passing score of 80. So if you're passing these exams, we should be setting you up for success when you actually get to the test center. So again, state has 40 questions with a passing score of 28, and you've got 60 minutes to finish that exam. So about 1.5 minutes per question, you've got plenty of time. On national, it's based on 80 questions, and you need a 56 to pass. You get 120 minutes for that. What that means is you could spend about 1 minute on every question and about 8 minutes on every math question and have plenty of time. So as I know you will be hearing me say in some tips for passing the exam coming up, don't rush it. Plan to be at the exam test center the entire time. Use all these minutes. You may not need them, but I don't want you to rush yourself either. When I took pre-license in November of 2001, I didn't know anything about real estate. The only thing I knew about real estate is that I lived in a house growing up and I had my own bedroom. That's all I knew about real estate. For some reason, I decided to get my license. I took the exam and I worked really hard and studied, and I learned a lot of new terms. But here's the deal. In all the years I've been in business, I've never once had anyone ask me what my score was on the exam or how many times I had to take the test. So the reason I'm sharing that with you is when you go on appointments, working with buyers and sellers, tenants or landlords as maybe a property manager, I doubt you're going to get asked the question about your score or the number of times you took to pass it. I just care that you pass it. I don't really care how we get there. I don't care that you get a score of 80. I just want to make sure that you get the minimum of 56 as a goal. So know that I'm sharing this with you because I want you to strategically create a plan to just get there so that you can get to work with your new real estate license and get through this testing process. So again, a minimum will be based on 40 questions for state with a minimum of 28 to pass. National will be based on 80 questions with a minimum of 56 to pass. So study to win and study to pass, and then let's get you your real estate license. Good luck.